and happy Thanksgiving. As we enter this day, I just want to give thanks because it really is an amazing moment with so many things that we've all been through the last few years. I mean, we like to go back, but we need to go back and to have these milestones and to remember really how far we've come. I think sometimes it gets difficult. We feel like we can be in a rut. It's kind of been this, 2 steps forward, 3 steps back type of thing. The last few years, going through these intense Saturn returns, deeper levels of lessons. When you start getting into Scorpio and Sagittarius and Capricorn energy, this is really the old soul, the energy that's coming to help us to see things on a very deep level, on a very real level, and to be able to look at it psychologically. And there's so much going on, but I wanted to start out. I'm driving right now to my mother's house, pick her up for Thanksgiving. We're going to have some family fun, but I wanted to say happy Thanksgiving. It's actually 1111 right now in Menifee, California on Thanksgiving. It's also my astrology channel's anniversary, 6-year anniversary. So I am driving right now because I've got to get somewhere. I've got to get going. Sagittarius, right? We've just moved in. The sun has just moved into Sagittarius, like as we speak. We also know that Jupiter has moved into Sagittarius over the last couple of weeks. And we have a Sun-Jupiter conjunction. Now, this is very, very special time, a very, very important time, very powerful time when Sun and the Jupiter are in conjunction, especially in Sagittarius. It's like we need this fire. We have been through so much. Oh, I'm sorry, it's going to be a little bumpy because I'm driving on a dirt road off of my ranch here. But, we've been through so much heavy stuff. Been through a lot of Scorpio energy. We have this Neptune and Pisces in the background, connecting with so many deeper emotional things, such as Chiron has been in Pisces. Chiron really brings up the old pain and the memories often that we don't remember start to come to the surface, especially in Pisces. Because there's so many things that we subconsciously really push down in life. And the last few years, as Neptune has been in Pisces and it met Chiron there, for many of us, especially those of us who have a lot of water in our chart, but for all of us, we've had to really deal with some deep subconscious things of our childhood, of our family, of our life, of how we see things mentally, how we see the world. It's also breaking old boundaries. Pisces is really all about breaking those boundaries and living a life that's boundary free. At the same time, we need boundaries. So it's another way of also helping us look at the fact that we do need spiritual boundaries. This is a time in life when a lot of the old legalistic beliefs are really being challenged right now. I was raised with very legalistic beliefs. I tried to live my life very legalistically, meaning trying to be perfect, trying to do everything by the book. And when those things start to fall apart in our lives, everything that we've believed in, everything we've put our heart and soul in, when those things actually fall apart, can be extremely hard on us, on our psyche, emotionally, physically, mentally, because we feel like something's wrong, or we've had, things fell apart, we didn't do something right. But when you really understand astrology, and you understand the beautiful generational waves and moves and changes, it's really all a part of us moving into a whole new realm, a whole new way of thinking. And it's uncomfortable. You know, and so it doesn't mean we abandon our core beliefs. But right now, with Neptune and Pisces, and this is a 14-year transit, we're about halfway through. In fact, when I looked at my chart, when I opened my channel, Neptune was in Pisces at 0.25 degrees, literally had just entered in. Now, many of you guys know, and I've shared that I have, you know, an ascendant and a moon in Pisces in the 12th house. Okay, so this is, you know, really intense stuff for me personally, because over the last 7-8 years, I've been able to really see into a whole nother realm. I've been able to see my life from a completely different place. Opening up your intuition, understanding what it means. You know, people are often afraid of the word psychic, but psychic is the ability to see through the facades, to see through the wall. What is on the other side? And sometimes that's really hard, especially if that's very strong in your chart and you're being, you know, very, very affected. We've also had Jupiter in Scorpio this last year. We're at the tail end right now, you know, of this huge transition from Scorpio into Sagittarius. So it's kind of like everything we've been holding in, everything we've been working on behind the scenes, you know, the deep psychological stuff, the pain, the hurt, the betrayals, the patterns, all of those things. We've been holding them in. We've been hiding. We've been trying to work through them. We've been in pain over them. And now, as the Sun and Jupiter move into Sagittarius, here we see the preacher, the teacher, the master, the guru, the ability to share and to want to heal all across the world, sharing our stories. We know that Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, so this is also in its homeland. And we have many planets right now. Neptune is in Pisces, homeland. Saturn, Capricorn, homeland. Jupiter, Sagittarius, homeland. What does all of this mean? We also have the North Node that's just moved into Cancer. So now it's like, you know, it's going home and getting our home life right, getting our foundation right. All of this, you know, Saturn and Capricorn talks about you need to have that foundation. What foundation? What is the energy? What is the flavor? What is the feel that we're all having? We're all having the need and the feel to go home, to be home, to feel a sense of home, a sense of protection, a sense of memory, a sense of security. Because out here in all of this kind of wild energy, especially, you know, the world is so divided, it's like we've really lost that feeling of home. So many families are in separation right now, have divided over the years, especially getting into, you know, and I've talked about it before, but my belief is social media has really opened up a door for people to really either develop misconceptions about each other, to hurt each other in painful ways that were never, you know, we were never able to do before, just by a click of a button, by just a click, you know, blocking each other. I mean, when you have family and you block each other, this has happened in my family. It's so awful because here this button defines almost like a death, that you've disconnected from that person. It's the ultimate, you know, ultimate sever. And yet it can be done in an emotional moment. Sometimes those things do need to happen though, where we do have ultimate severs. Not so much that we want to be severed from those people in our life, but we're no longer going to continue in the same pattern of dysfunction, the same pattern of hurting each other, you know, despising each other, and yet putting on faces that, you know, nothing's wrong, everything's okay, and then talking behind each other's backs. It's very painful, but that's what, you know, that negative, insecure energy does. Venus right now is in Libra, and Venus in Libra is also very powerful, another planet that's in its homeland. Libra is all about those relationships, the trusting relationships, the give and take, the ultimate desire to have balance. To I give to you and you give to me. I look out for you, you look out for me. With Venus there, it can be about business, it can be about money, it can be about, you know, what you love, it can be about beauty, it can be about the ultimate connection, marriage, or, you know, the ultimate relationship. But Venus also reveals to us the imbalance, especially since Venus has been retrograde in Libra. It's just now moving forward again. So what's happened over the last month? What relationships have really been revealed? Kind of like, you know, you think it's one thing, but deep inside you're feeling like this is something wrong with this relationship. I don't feel the trust. I don't feel the security. And we have to finally listen to those things, because our lives are becoming very focused on how we can be the best in who we are, what we're called to be, to no longer live under other people's shame, to allow other people to belittle us, to let other people make us feel like we're nothing. You know, oftentimes with family, it's like, you know, if you weren't my family, I wouldn't even be your friend. I'd have nothing to do with you. You know, those are very painful and hurtful things when you experience that kind of, you know, disconnection with family. Family is supposed to be the one that has your back, that loves you more than anyone else, that knows you more than anyone else. But because we've gone through a lot of these intense shifts and divisions, you see it everywhere politically, the huge divide amongst us, it happens in families. And so, you know, we've had Mars in Aquarius now for a long time here. We're just now moving into Mars in Pisces. And Mars in Aquarius has been all about finding your tribe. That it's not always about blood. It's about loyalty. It's about trust. It's about being able to be who you are. To laugh, to be funny, to not have to, you know, to be silly, to be that person that's, you know, sometimes emotional and sometimes passionate, and that your relationships and your friendships love every part of you. Or that you can open up and say, hey, I'm really struggling, knowing that someone's not going to benefit out of that, but they're going to want to be there for you. And you want to be there for them. That's what we need. You know, otherwise, you know, we also now have the ability, you know, being alone. I'm not talking about being a complete loner, but, you know, being creative, having so many opportunities through the internet to grow and develop and learn and have relationships. We no longer have to really feel defeated that we have no one. It's just taking the time to really know what you want in life. What really is important to you. Hold on. I can't really be driving and doing phone things. There we go. So all of this is very, very important to take a look at. Where are you investing your time? Where and who are you investing your time in? As we move into the new year, what parts of your life are you willing to let go of? Mars in Pisces is such a beautiful energy. I have a lot of Pisces, so sometimes it's like, oh wow, here we go. Because it really is this place where you're able to really see and really look into that crystal ball. What do you see and what do you want to see? And how to manifest how to manifest like never before and say, you know what? I want to live true and authentic to myself, and this is what it means. For me, I need to have a lot of time to meditate and to study and to write and to be quiet. And so for me in my life, creating an atmosphere like that makes me really happy. And also, you know, taking the time to come out and to share what's going on. I know a lot of people have, you know, asked me over time, you know, where have you been? I've been kind of in and out the last year with Jupiter in Scorpio and some heavy energies hitting deep psychological parts of my life. I've had to really do some deep underground work. And that's a part of laying the foundation for what I want to do in the future. Being an astrologer is one of the hardest things to do. It's fun and amazing and as exciting as it is. Because once you really open the door to being able to truly look at yourself, look at the man in the mirror, you know what I mean? Then you have to live in honesty. You have to be able to look at yourself. You can't help others look and be honest with themselves if you haven't done it. So the last few years for me, going through my Chiron return, just turning 50, hey, I've had to get my whole life in order. I've had to get my home in order, my relationships, my friendships, you know, my priorities, what's being asked of me. And in doing that and in laying that foundation, it allows me to come back and help others and be excited to explore it together. It's not about having all the answers. It's about knowing how to find answers, knowing how to ask the right questions. So as I ask those hard questions in my life, then I can help others. So I have been in and out because the priority for me is to get things right inside for me so that I can be an authentic person. So right now with the sun in Sagittarius, I'm just feeling this like, oh, I'm ready to come out. I'm ready to talk about it. I'm ready. I want to hear from you guys. I'm here. Even if I slip in and out behind the scenes and I'm working on things quietly in my life, I'm always here. I'm always listening to others and hearing your questions and thinking about what you're thinking about and reading your emails. So for those of you who do follow me and may feel like I haven't heard from her, I'm here. But I'm working on some things so that I can come back in all fullness and come back in all honesty. Because there's a lot of things that have happened in my life the last year and a half that I want to be able to come out and share, but they're really, really intense stuff that I'm just learning to say the words to finally come out and be really honest. Many of you guys know I'm a sun in Virgo. Actually, I do have a Sun-Jupiter conjunction, born in 1968 at the exact degree. Everybody's talking about this Sun-Jupiter conjunction. I'm born with that in Virgo. And so, deep analyzation is part of who I am. And there's also a private side to me. I was always taught to, be private, not share all those things and hold things back. And then with Neptune or my moon in Pisces, it's like I wear my heart on my sleeve. So it's kind of a hard life to live. And then, my Mars and Leo was to come out and say, we got to get this out. This is some really important stuff. So I struggle just putting this all together. Every day learning how to do it. And every day working hard on bettering myself, accepting myself, and all those words like loving myself. It's not even about loving myself. It's loving the gift I've been given of life. The gift I've been given with the gifts I have. No longer feeling bad or allowing other people to make me feel bad about who I am. I mean, that's a really big deal. When you get that kind of power in your life, you can do anything. When you truly can say, thank you, universe, thank you, God, thank you, Lord, as we are on Thanksgiving today, for who I am. And all the people in my life and all the things that had to happen in my past before I ever came to this world that had to happen uniquely for me to be here. And that by me being here, there's a whole, my children and my grandchildren, and life just continues in this absolutely magical way. So, being that Mars is in Pisces, I'm probably rambling on about all kinds of things, which I love to do. But Mars in Pisces, this holiday time, allow yourself to rest, allow yourself to see the other side, allow yourself to really engage spiritually in who you are, and to see the truth, and to listen to your intuition. Believe yourself when you feel something. Don't allow anyone to have you doubt that. I'm not talking about, there are times that people have to help us balance out an idea because we get a little over the top. Have those people in your life, that wisdom in your life, that you can say, hey, this is what I'm feeling, and being able to trust your own instincts. Mars in Pisces is here to help us really see through, to really feel honest and true, and to flow. There's a certain level that's all about, I have no control. I have absolutely no control right now, and none of us do. With Mars and Pisces, it's miraculous. It's like double rainbow time, okay? Unicorn time. The universe will lay things in our path, the symbols. It's like follow the yellow brick road, the little symbols, the little things that happen. Opening up a book and a verse or a message popping out that could have only happened by happenstance. Look at those things. Sometimes it's hard. It feels woo-woo. People, that's too woo-woo. Be a little woo-woo right now. There is a spiritual side of all of us that needs to really be able to open up. You may feel memories from those who have already passed over and crossed over, and thoughts that come to you that you haven't thought of, and feelings of the past. It's a beautiful thing. It's a part of our healing. Those messages mean so much more now. So don't be afraid. Listen to your dreams. Don't be afraid. Write those things down. If you are feeling anxiety, because Mars in Pisces is such a high vibration that people can deal with paranoia. They can feel a lot of anxiety, maybe even feeling a little off, or it can you can feel like things are happening that maybe nobody else is seeing. Don't throw everything out. Just pay attention. Listen to how you're feeling. Write things down. If you're having high anxiety, definitely get some help, or really pay attention to your diet. Pay attention to exercising. It's really important right now because your body is going to be telling you. Pisces is the ultimate healer, telling you if you're out of whack, telling you where you need to be. So there's so much stuff going on, you guys, and I just wanted to share a few things. I want to say happy Thanksgiving. I wanted to say thank you so much for following me the last 6 years. I do have some amazing new things coming your way. I've been working on. I just really am at the place where when they come out, I want them to be solid. I want to have that foundation. Saturn in Capricorn is working on that. So I will be updating you guys. I'm working on a whole new website, some whole new programs and projects and different things that I want to be able to do with you. And a lot of things I'm finishing from a while back. So happy Thanksgiving. I'm almost to my mother's house. Very grateful to be picking her up this afternoon and taking her to a Thanksgiving dinner. Again, thankful for everything, and I'm thankful for you. So if you want to email me, check on what's going on, or you'd like a reading, any of those things, you know where to get a hold of me. I'll put the information below, and I really would love to hear from you guys. So have a great Thanksgiving. Have a great day.